everyone, welcome back to the Casual Knitter, the channel and episodes where you learn to knit and learn tips and tricks for your knitting journey. So today I want to start off by showing you what I am currently working on because I feel like that's always super fun. So right now I am working on something called the Hibiscus Top, and it is a pattern kit by We Are Knitters. Which I'm going to put the link in the notes below so that you can check it out. And this is how far I've come so far. So it's a linen stitch, which I had to learn. So again, I always tell you, I'm never done learning. I'm always learning new things in my knitting journey, and I am definitely not done. So it's a really awesome stitch, really nice pattern, and involves some knitting, purling, and also slip stitches, which is super easy once you get the hang of it. And once you realize that there's different ways of slipping a stitch and you have to do it a certain way in order to get it right. Trust me when I say I learned that with experience, because I actually had to unravel this because I did it wrong first. But this is what it's going to look like. I'm super excited because it's a really quick knit. I just started this yesterday. And this is how far I've come so far. So follow me on Instagram, follow my stories, and I'll just keep you updated on that. And just a quick show of what the pattern looks like. So this is what it looks like. Hibiscus Top is what it's called. I'm going to link it up like I said, and it's just a tank top for the summertime. So it should be a relatively quick knit because you don't have any sleeves to do. And there's a little bit of decreasing and increasing involved. So a little bit of a beyond beginner, so advanced beginner, but I would definitely say tackle it because that's the only way to learn, right? Okay, so today I want to talk about how to take care of your knitted garments. So once you're done knitting them, of course, you're going to have to wash them at some point, right? So what we're going to talk about today is how to take care of them, how to wash them, how to dry them, and how I store my knitted garments as well, which I have probably a little bit of a different technique than most other people. I think most people will fold them, but I have another tip for you that stores them really beautifully. So there's just a couple of steps I wanted to walk you through that you need in order to keep your knitted garments really nice, pretty, in shape, and clean. So first thing you want to do, right? I have a couple things right here to show you. First thing is you do want to keep the little tag that comes on the yarn that you are making your garment out of, because on the yarn label you will see a little bit of an instruction on how to take care of this particular yarn. You have that on every single one of them. Sometimes it's tiny, like right here. So here's a wool blend. This one is alpaca wool, mostly wool. So this one is hand wash only. And then here we have a cotton, which is actually the one that I'm using right now on my tank top. And this one has it right down here. So you will always find this on all of the yarn labels. So again, if you're not sure, I would probably either take a picture of it or keep one of the little pieces and just stick it in a binder or something like that, or a little folder, so that you can always refer back to it once you know your piece is done and it doesn't say it anywhere like on a piece that you would buy in a store. Next, so once you know if you have to hand wash it or if you can actually throw it into the washing machine, obviously that makes it easy. You just put it on the wool setting in your washing machine, and some of the stuff can even be dried in the dryer. And then I would go on the most delicate setting, not very hot, and but as you can see too on the label right here, you have the little dryer symbol. That's the little square with the circle in the middle, and then there's either 1, 2, or 3 dots on the inside, and that indicates the temperature. On the cotton it even has 2 dots, which means medium temperature. But if you're kind of like scared, I totally get it. My dryer has shrunk things before, even though I dried it on the right setting. I would either dry it, just line dry it, or lay it flat to dry. Don't line dry it because it stretches. Or put it on the very low setting and then just take it out a few times and make sure that it's totally fine, right? To be on the safe side, of course, you can hand wash all of your knitted garments, even if it says that you can throw it in the washing machine and in the dryer. So if you're just like, nope, I'm too worried, I put so much time into this, I don't want to put it in the washer and then have it, ruined by accident. I feel you. So there's super easy steps to hand wash even the bulkiest knits, like my amazing Cardi coat here. And here's what I personally use to hand wash my my sweaters, my jackets, like all the things that I've knitted. It is called Knit IQ No Rinse Delicate Wash. Again, linking it up below so that you can grab it as well. But what's really cool about it is the no wash or no rinse, right? So what you do is you go by the directions on the back. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but you just put it in either your bathtub or into your sink, depending on the size of your thing. Most times the sink is plenty. I just use my kitchen sink because I have two in there, and I just scrub one out really good, and then I wash my stuff in there. So for this one, even, I would probably use the kitchen sink because it's really pretty big. And you want to fill it up with water, put your delicate wash inside, and once it's nice and has a little bit of suds going on, you want to just push your entire sweater in, and you just want to push it really nice down into the water so it's completely covered and soaked in the wash. Then you just leave it in there. You just let it sit there, and you can kind of squeeze it a little bit. What you never want to do, and this is very important, okay, because you don't want to stretch the fabric, but you never want to wring it like this. So yeah, like you would do with a towel or something that can handle it, but this is definitely not made for that. So what you want to do is just kind of squeeze it. And even if you have areas, so maybe you have, like me, a little bit of makeup right here and it ends up on your collars. So just kind of squish in that area, and you'll notice it too, that it's just going to come out. So you let it soak a little bit and then you squish again, but you don't have to do a lot of it. And the rest is just done by soaking it in the wash for about 15 minutes. Once that's done, that now comes to heavy lifting, literally. So you gotta grab yourself like a really nice big bath towel, maybe even two if you have them, especially for the bulky ones. And you want to squeeze out as much water as you can while you take it out of the water. It's going to be super heavy, and it's going to be very messy if you don't get it out because all that water is just going to go, everywhere. So you want to start at the top and kind of keep squishing it, squeeze it out like this really hard as you can. Again, don't wring it. You might be tempted to do that because obviously you will get more water out. Don't do it. Just keep squeezing all the way down, and then maybe have somebody help you grab that whole thing and put it on top of your towel that you laid out before. If you have really large bath towels, I would recommend folding them in half because it gives you a little bit more towel to catch the water. And then what I try to do is make it into kind of a nicer shape, like long, like this, folding it down. Lay it on the towel, and then you want to roll it into the towel and just push as hard as you can down. So you're just going to keep squeezing and keep doing that. You do that a couple times. Use another towel if you have to. Do the same process over again. And once you're done with that, it's still going to be pretty wet, but that's fine. You want to lay it out flat on a surface. So it could be on a bedspread. That would be okay if you're not going to use it, because this is going to take a day or so to dry, especially the thick fabric. I have a drying rack that I put these things on the top of, or here's another option that I'm going to show you. It is the same brand, also Knit IQ, and these are blocking mats. They're made blocking, we're going to cover in a different episode, but you can put these together. They're foam mats, and you can just lay your piece on top of those and then stretch it into the form, into the shape that it needs to be in. So this is a really important step before you let it dry. You want to make sure that you kind of reshape your piece into the shape that it was before. So in this case, we've got my Cardi coat. So I would lay it down like this, and then I would also try and get the arms, and I would stretch here a little bit and make sure that it's not out of shape as it dries. And that is it. And then you're just going to have to be patient and wait, and you won't be able to wear it for like 2 days. And that's it. And that is how easy that taking care of your knitted garments is. And obviously, if you have something this, thin right here, like my cotton, this is probably going to dry in just a couple hours. And again, even my cardigan, I should be able to put in the dryer. Haven't done it yet. I have only washed it by hand. I might do a swatch of this material and then throw that in the dryer and see how it does, because I'm just not that trusting with my dryer. But again, it's worth a try, especially when you just make a little swatch and you just try it that way. So I will report back to you what that looks like. And now let me show you how I store these knitted garments, especially the heavy ones, because I don't have enough storage space to actually fold them. Okay, so you're going to need a hanger and you need your piece. And what you do is you hold it up as if you were to put it on or as if you were to fold it. And then you're just going to fold it from the top down in half, just like this, okay? And if it's too big, you can fold the arms down just a little bit like that, but it's almost never necessary. Take your hanger and then put the entire thing through your hanger and stretch it as flat as you can. And there you have it. This is how I hang up my big jackets, big sweaters, things like that. It looks really pretty when they hang up, and this way they will not stretch, because if you put the hanger underneath the shoulders, this weight will just keep pulling it down as it's hanging, and the next time you take it off the hanger, you might actually have really stretched out shoulders, and I just don't want that. So this way, nothing happens. It actually has a good weight distribution, and you do not have any creases in it once you take it out and wear it like you might have if you're folding it. And if you, especially if you have multiples stacked up, you might actually have creases here in the middle where it's folded. But this way you avoid that entirely, and I love it. So I hope you try this out as well. I'm gonna hang it here and say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please let me know if you have any questions. You can pop them below. You can follow me on Instagram, ask me there. I'm here to help anybody, beginner knitters or advanced knitters. If I have the solution, I'm happy to share it with you. So thanks again, and I will see you next time.